Welcome to Read and Learn English, my friend. Today, you will not only learn English, but also discover 7 silent rules that change how people see you forever. He walked into the crowded room. No one knew his name, yet within 5 minutes, everyone felt his presence. No loud voice, no big speech. Have you ever met someone like that? Someone who says almost nothing? Yet suddenly the whole room pays attention. Why? What secret rule did they use? This video is not about grammar or long vocabulary lists. This is about the silent rules of human connection, told through story, emotion, and powerful English practice. Imagine this. You arrive at a party, nervous. People talk, laugh, drink. You stand alone. You want to speak, but words hide inside your throat. Your palms sweat. Your heart beats fast. You think, what should I say? What if I sound stupid? That moment can change everything or nothing at all. Now picture another person. Same room, same crowd. But they walk slowly, shoulders relaxed, eyes calm. They speak only one sentence. Suddenly, everyone listens. This the first silent rule, presence before words. People notice your body before your sentences. The way you stand speaks louder than your vocabulary list. Repeat after me. Presence before words. Again. My friend. Say it aloud. This is English practice, but also life practice. You are training both language and confidence. Close your eyes and imagine. Golden light fills the room. Your shoulders relax. Your breathing slows. You don't rush to speak. You let silence breathe first. But silence is not empty. Silence is powerful. Silence is the moment when people lean in, waiting for your words. Do you feel that power? In English, we say, silence speaks volumes. Repeat, silence speaks volumes. Write it down. Feel it. Because sometimes, not speaking is the strongest language of all. Now let me tell you a story. There was a boy named Arjun. He grew up in a poor town where people believed silence meant weakness, not strength. At school, teachers punished him for being quiet. Speak up, they shouted. Why are you always silent? His classmates laughed, calling him shy, invisible, nothing. But Arjun carried a secret dream. He wanted to travel, to learn English, to speak to people from around the world. His silence was not weakness. It was waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right rules, waiting to understand that silence, when used with wisdom, becomes influence. One day, he traveled to the city for the first time. He met people from different countries. They spoke fast English, words flying like bullets. He froze. He could not catch every word. His old fear returned. But then, he remembered the first silent rule, presence before words. He stood tall. He looked into their eyes. He did not panic. He smiled gently, breathing slowly. He said one simple phrase, "Nice to meet you." Suddenly, silence became respect. Why? Because confidence is not speaking fast. Confidence is speaking with calm. People trust calm voices. People follow calm presence. This is rule 1, and it changes everything. Now let me ask you, if it were you, standing there, heart beating fast, what would you do? Would you rush or breathe? Rule 1 is simple, but powerful. Presence before words. But what about rule 2? Rule 2 is hidden in the eyes, the windows of human connection. Arjun discovered this on his second day in the city. He entered a cafe. He wanted to order in English, but fear blocked his tongue again. The waitress smiled. Waiting, time ticked. He remembered, eye contact is language. This was the second silent rule. Look first, speak second. The eyes connect hearts. He lifted his head. His eyes met hers. He smiled. Suddenly, English felt easier. He said slowly, "1 coffee, please. She understood. She smiled wider. This is rule 2. The eyes connect before the mouth speaks. Repeat after me. The eyes connect before the mouth speaks. Feel the truth in those words. In English, there is an idiom, look me in the eye. It means honesty, respect, and courage. Practice now. Look me in the eye. If you can hold someone's eyes for 2 seconds before speaking, your words carry weight, even if your grammar is not perfect. People remember you. Presence, eyes. 2 silent rules. Already. People see you differently. Already. Your English feels stronger, not because of grammar, but because of connection. But life is never simple. Arjun soon faced his turning point, a test of courage, a moment where silence, presence, and eyes alone were not enough. He joined a group of students. They debated in English. Voices clashed like swords, fast, sharp, aggressive. He froze again. He wanted to run. But then came rule 3, the rule of listening like a mirror, not waiting to talk, not planning your answer, but truly listening, reflecting emotion back. Arjun leaned in. He nodded. He repeated one phrase. I see. Just 2 words, but powerful. Suddenly, the group accepted him. He belonged without shouting. Rule 3 is this. Listen like a mirror. When you reflect someone's words, their feelings, their rhythm, they feel seen. And when people feel seen, they trust you. Now say it aloud. Listen like a mirror. Again, write it down. Let it enter your English, your life, your silence. In English, we use the phrase, I hear you. Practice, I hear you. It does not mean only sound. It means understanding, respect, connection. Arjun learned that day. You don't need many words. You need the right silence, the right eyes, the right listening, and people will remember you forever. But that was only the beginning. 4 silent rules still waited for him. 4 rules that would change not only his English, but his entire life. And for you, my friend, the journey has just started. Do you want to know the next rules? Do you want to see how Arjun transformed? Stay with me, because the twist is coming. And the 4th rule might shock you. It is something most people ignore. But it changes destiny. The night was heavy with rain. Arjun walked alone under neon lights, drops falling on his jacket. His heart was full of doubt, but also fire. He thought, presence, eyes, listening, they helped me once. But is that enough? Will people still notice me tomorrow or forget my face? At that moment, he entered a library. Shelves of books towered above him like mountains. Students whispered. Pages turned. Silence filled the air like sacred music. He watched a girl drop her books. Pages scattered. No one moved. Arjun bent down, helped her, and said slowly, Here, let me help you. She looked at him with gratitude, not for his words, but for his kindness. That was the 4th silent rule. Action before explanation. People don't always remember what you say, but they never forget what you do. Your actions speak in every language, even when words fail you. Repeat. Action before explanation. Again, say it out loud. Write it down. This is English, but also life, because kindness is a universal language. In English, there is a phrase, actions speak louder than words. Repeat with me. Actions speak louder than words. This is rule 4, and it is unstoppable. That girl became Arjun's first real friend in the city. They spoke little English together, but their actions built trust faster than grammar ever could. Now let me ask you, if it were you, standing there, would you talk first or act first? Which one do you think people will respect more? The days passed. Arjun grew stronger, but the city was full of challenges. One evening, He joined a public speaking club to practice English. He watched others walk on stage, loud, confident, words flowing like rivers. His turn came. He froze again. His heart beat louder than the microphone. Everyone stared. Silence stretched long. He wanted to disappear. But then, he remembered the fifth silent rule: pace before perfection. He took a deep breath. Instead of rushing, he slowed down. Each word became a drop of water, clear, simple, strong. He said, "My name is Arjun. I am learning English. And I believe silence is not weakness, it is strength." The room clapped. This is Rule 5. Pace before perfection. People forgive small mistakes, but they never forgive speed without clarity. Slow words beat fast nonsense every single time. Repeat. Pace before perfection. Again. Feel the rhythm. Let your tongue move slowly. In English. Clear and calm speech is more powerful than perfect grammar. There is an idiom. Slow and steady wins the race. Repeat. Slow and steady wins the race. This is not only English, it is survival in life. The applause that day gave Arjun hope. For the first time, he felt proud of his silence, his pace, his presence. He was no longer invisible. But do not think his journey was easy. Life tested him again, because every rise faces a storm. Every step up brings stronger winds. He was invited to a big event. Leaders, teachers, business people, all speaking fast, laughing loud. He stood in the corner, nervous once more. His friend whispered, "Arjun, remember the rules. People notice more than words. You already know how to be seen. Trust yourself." But inside, he doubted. Will they respect me? Will they think I am stupid because my English is not perfect? Fear almost won. And then came the twist. A powerful man entered. Everyone greeted him. But this man ignored the loud voices. He walked straight to Arjun. Why? Because Arjun stood calm, silent, steady. His eyes were clear. His body relaxed. His silence attracted respect. The leader said, "You seem thoughtful. Tell me your idea." That moment changed everything. Arjun shared slowly, carefully, not perfect grammar, but clear pace, honest eyes, and strong presence. The leader nodded. Respect was born. Now ask yourself, if that leader looked at you, would you panic or would you breathe? Slow down and trust your silent rules. 5 rules learned. 2 more remain. 2 that decide not only how people see you, but how they remember you for life. And here is the challenge. The 6th rule is dangerous. Misuse it, and people will reject you. Use it well, and doors will open everywhere. But before we reveal it, let's review. Rule 1, presence before words. Rule 2, the eyes connect before the mouth speaks. Rule 3, listen like a mirror. Rule 4, action before explanation. Rule 5, pace before perfection. These are not just English tips. They are survival codes for confidence and respect. Arjun was not born confident. He was not rich. He was not the smartest. But he learned the silent rules. And so can you, my friend. Because the truth is this: English is not only grammar, confidence is not only words, influence is not only loud voices, it is silence made powerful. But the journey is not finished. The 6th rule was waiting for Arjun in the most unexpected place. A betrayal, a painful lesson, a broken trust. Do you want to know what happened next? Do you want to see how silence became both his weapon and his shield? Stay with me, because the 6th silent rule might shock you, and it might change the way you live. Forever. The city was glowing with lights. Music filled the streets. Arjun walked with his new friends, laughing for the first time without fear. He felt alive, but storms hide behind laughter. That night, One friend whispered rumors about him. Lies spread fast. By morning, people looked at him with cold eyes. He was shocked. Why? I trusted them. I helped them. Why betray me? The pain was sharp, like a knife. His silence felt heavy, like chains. This was the moment he could break or rise. And here, he discovered the sixth silent rule: control before reaction. People tested him with gossip. They waited for anger, for shouting, for panic. But he stayed calm. He did not fight with words. He breathed. Repeat. Control before reaction. Again, this is the rule that saves you in storms. If you react fast, you lose. If you pause, you win. In English, we say, bite your tongue. It means hold your words when anger burns. Practice. Bite your tongue. Because silence in anger is not weakness. Arjun remembered his goal. He did not fight back. He did not defend with long speeches. Instead, he walked into the room with calm eyes. He looked at his accuser. He smiled gently. He said one sentence: "Time shows the truth." Then he stayed silent. The whole room froze. Why? Because silence plus control is thunder without sound. People respect those who do not beg or scream. People trust those who stay calm under fire. Arjun lost some friends, but he gained something stronger: reputation. People whispered, "He is calm. He is strong. He does not fall into traps." Now let me ask you, if it were you, betrayed, attacked, would you fight back fast, or would you pause, breathe, and let silence protect you? This is the hardest rule, because the world pushes you to react. But power belongs to those who control, not those who explode. Remember the phrase, keep your cool. Practice, keep your cool. It means stay calm, stay steady, even when the world is on fire. Weeks passed, slowly. Truth came out. Lies died. Respect grew. People forgot the gossip, but they remembered Arjun's calm silence. His reputation became his crown. And here is the twist. That betrayal was not a curse. It was a teacher. It revealed the sixth silent rule, the one that protects leaders: presence, eyes, listening, actions, pace, control. 6 rules complete, but still one remained. The seventh silent rule, the deepest, the most powerful. This rule was not about silence with others. It was about silence with yourself. The secret place where true strength begins. One night, Arjun sat alone by the river. The city lights reflected on the water. He felt tired, yet peaceful. He asked himself, "Who am I?" He closed his eyes. He breathed. He listened to the rhythm of his heart. No words, no noise, just silence. And he discovered the seventh rule. It is this: silence before direction. If you cannot hear your own heart, you cannot lead others. If you cannot pause, you cannot find purpose. Repeat: silence before direction. Again, this is the final rule, the rule that shapes destiny. Because before you walk, you must know your path. In English, there is an expression: collect your thoughts. Practice, collect your thoughts. It means to pause, to breathe, to think before acting. Arjun learned this by the river. He realized that silence is not empty. It is full of answers, but only if you dare to listen. The next day, he walked into life different. His presence was calm. His eyes were steady. His words were clear. His pace was strong. He listened deeply. He acted before explaining. He controlled his reactions. And he kept silence with himself every day before moving. He became unshakable. And the city noticed, not because of perfect English, not because of loud speeches, but because silent rules made him magnetic, unforgettable, unstoppable. Now I ask you, Which of these rules will you practice today? Which one will change how people see you tomorrow? Because silence is not weakness. Silence is strength, focus, and direction. If you master these 7, you master not only English, but life itself. Let's review together. Rule 1, presence before words. Rule 2, eyes connect before the mouth speaks. Rule 3, listen like a mirror. Rule 4, action before explanation. Rule 5, pace before perfection. Rule 6, control before reaction. Rule 7, silence before direction. Repeat them aloud now. Write them down. Feel them in your body, in your English, in your daily life. These are not just rules. They are keys. Keys to respect, keys to connection, keys to influence, and keys to building unshakable confidence, even if your grammar is still learning. Because people do not remember perfect grammar. They remember presence. They remember eyes. They remember calm, clear, kind actions. They remember how you made them feel. Arjun's story is not only his, it is yours too. You can practice today, in school, at work, at home, in every English conversation. The silent rules wait for you. The question is, will you use them, or will you keep waiting for words that never come? The choice is yours, my friend, and that choice will decide how the world sees you tomorrow and forever. The morning sun rose over the city skyline. Arjun stood before a tall building, glass shining like fire. Inside waited his first real job interview in English. His hands trembled, his heart beat hard. Doubt screamed, "Your English is not perfect. They will laugh. You will fail." Fear wanted to control him, but then he remembered the silent rules. Rule 1, presence before words. He straightened his back, shoulders down, breathing slow. He entered with calm steps. The receptionist looked up. She noticed his posture before he spoke. Already, respect began. He whispered inside, "Presence first, grammar later." And his body obeyed. As he waited, his eyes met the manager's. Rule 2, eyes connect before the mouth speaks. A simple look, steady and warm, replaced 1,000 words. They shook hands. The manager smiled. Already, the interview felt easier, not because of perfect vocabulary, but because of honest eyes. Connection was built instantly. The questions began. Fast English, complicated topics. Arjun listened deeply. Rule 3, listen like a mirror. He repeated key phrases. "Yes, I understand. I hear you." Suddenly, the manager leaned closer. "This candidate listens," he thought. "He respects." Without shouting, Arjun gained power. Listening became his secret weapon. Halfway through, the manager asked, "Tell me about a time you solved a problem." Arjun froze for 1 second. Then Rule 4 saved him. He told a story not with big grammar, but with action. "I helped my friend. I cleaned the room. I fixed the computer." Simple, clear, strong. Because actions speak louder than words. The manager nodded. He felt the truth in Arjun's voice. Not theory, not excuse, just action. Then came the hardest question. "Why should we hire you?" His fear returned, but Rule 5 whispered, "Pace before perfection." He breathed. He spoke slowly. "I may not know every word, but I learn fast. I listen. I bring calm. I bring respect." The silence after his words was long. Then the manager smiled. "Good answer." Not because grammar was perfect, but because pace carried weight. At that moment, another candidate interrupted. Loud, aggressive, speaking fast. Perfect English grammar, but zero respect. The room felt heavy. Everyone frowned. Arjun stayed silent. Rule 6, control before reaction. He did not compete. He waited, calm, steady. His silence made the loud candidate look small. The manager turned back to him. "You are calm under pressure. I like that." Respect grew stronger. Silence became his shield. Finally, the interview ended. Arjun walked out, heart racing, but before leaving, he remembered Rule 7, silence before direction. He paused outside, breathing. He asked himself, "Do I want this? Does this job match my heart?" The answer rose in silence. Yes. He smiled. Peace filled him. Days later, he got the call. "Congratulations, Arjun, you are hired." His journey had begun, not because of perfect English, but because silent rules made him unforgettable. Now let me ask you, if you were in that interview, which rule would help you most? Presence, eyes, listening, action, pace, control, or silence within? These rules are not just theory. You can practice them today. At school, at work, at dinner, even in front of a mirror. Stand tall. Look into your own eyes. Speak slowly. Listen deeply. Act with kindness. Control your reaction. Pause for direction. Repeat them daily. Let's practice together now. Repeat after me. Presence before words. Again. Eyes connect before the mouth speaks. Listen like a mirror. Actions speak louder than words. Pace before perfection. Control before reaction. Silence before direction. Say them again, but slower. Feel their weight in your chest. These are not rules. They are power. Because confidence is not shouting. Confidence is calm. Influence is not grammar. Influence is presence. And English is not only words. It is how you make people feel. Arjun's story shows the contrast. Poor town, big city, fear, courage, silence as weakness, silence as strength. That contrast is your lesson too. You do not need to be rich. You do not need to be born confident. You need rules. You need practice. And you need courage to begin. In English, there is a phrase, "The quiet ones often hold the loudest power." Practice saying it, because that might be you. My friend, imagine tomorrow. You walk into your classroom or your office. You don't panic. You don't rush. You let silence breathe first. People turn. They see you differently, not as invisible, but as strong, as calm, as respected. Because you practice the silent rules that instantly change how people see you. And remember this, people may forget your grammar. They may forget your vocabulary, but they will never forget your silence, your eyes, your calm strength. So the question is, are you ready to live these rules? Or will you keep waiting for perfect words that may never come? The auditorium was packed. Hundreds of people filled the seats, their whispers echoing like waves. Arjun stood backstage, sweat on his palms, heart beat like a drum. This is his first speech in English before a large audience. The lights burned bright. The microphone waited. His fear whispered, "You are not ready." But then, the rules returned to his mind. Rule 1, presence before words. He straightened, breathed slowly, and walked out like he belonged to that stage. The crowd grew silent. They felt his presence before he spoke. His calm steps, his steady eyes, his quiet breathing, all told the audience, this man is ready. He began with his eyes. Rule 2, eyes connect before the mouth speaks. He looked at the audience, row by row, before saying one word. Finally, he spoke, not fast, not perfect, but with Rule 5, pace before perfection. Each word landed like a stone in water, clear, strong, memorable. He said, "My name is Arjun. I once feared silence, but silence taught me 7 rules, rules that changed how people see me forever." The audience leaned forward. His grammar was not perfect, but his control was unshakable. Rule 6. Control before reaction. He did not rush, even when he stumbled. He told stories of helping his friend, of listening in a cafe, of surviving betrayal. Rule 4. Actions before explanation. His stories painted pictures brighter than any grammar book. And as he spoke, he listened too. Rule 3. Listen like a mirror. He paused, repeated questions, reflected the audience's mood. They felt included, they felt respected. Finally, he ended with Rule 7. Silence before direction. He paused, closed his eyes, and let silence hang heavy. Then he said, "This is my path." The hall exploded with applause, not because of perfect English, but because of presence, eyes, listening, actions, pace, control, and inner silence. 7 silent rules alive. Now ask yourself, if you stood there, what would people remember? Perfect grammar or the power in your silence, your eyes, your calm words? This the climax of Arjun's journey, but it is also your lesson. Because you too can practice these rules today. You don't need a stage. You only need a moment. When your teacher asks you a question, when your boss calls your name, when your friend wants advice, pause, breathe, stand tall, look into their eyes, listen deeply, act with kindness, speak slowly, control your fire, find silence before you move. These rules will make people see you differently tomorrow and forever. Even if you forget vocabulary, even if your accent is strong, respect grows in silence. In English, there is a saying, still waters run deep. Repeat, still waters run deep. It means quiet people often have the most strength inside. Think about it. The loudest drums are often empty, but the quiet earth carries mountains. Which one do you want to be? Empty noise or deep strength? Arjun chose depth, and the world respected him, not for being loud, not for being perfect, but for being real. And you can choose the same. Now let's practice together. Repeat after me. Silence speaks volumes. Actions speak louder than words. Slow and steady wins the race. Keep your cool. Still waters run deep. Each phrase is more than English. It is power, discipline, and life direction. The more you repeat them, the more they shape your presence in the world. Because the truth is this: people don't remember every word. They remember how you made them feel. And the silent rules create unforgettable feelings. Arjun left that stage a different person. He entered with fear, but left with fire. He had learned not just English, but the language of respect. And here is the twist. The silent rules are not only for others, they are for you. They change not only how people see you, but how you see yourself. When you practice presence, you feel taller. When you hold eyes, you feel braver. When you listen deeply, you feel wiser. When you act, you feel stronger. When you slow down, you feel calmer. When you control reactions, you feel freer. When you pause in silence, you feel your true direction. This is transformation. This is power. This is why the 7 silent rules are more than tips. They are keys to unlocking a new life. So I ask again, which rule will you live today? Which one will you try the next time you speak English? Or face fear? Or meet someone new? The choice is yours, my friend. And that choice will shape your tomorrow. The journey was long, from a small quiet boy in a poor town to a man respected on stages and in boardrooms. Arjun's life had transformed. But remember this, he did not change because of perfect grammar. He changed because of 7 silent rules. Rules that anyone, anywhere, can practice today. Presence before words. Eyes connect before the mouth speaks. Listen like a mirror. Actions before explanation. Pace before perfection. Control before reaction. silence before direction. These rules are not magic. They are habits, daily choices, small decisions that shape how people see you, trust you, and remember you. Now imagine yourself 1 year from today. You walk into a room. People turn their heads. They don't know why, but they notice you instantly. Your presence speaks. Your eyes connect. You listen deeply. You act kindly. You speak with calm pace. You control your reactions. You pause before moving forward. This is not fantasy. This is possible, but only if you practice. Only if you take these rules and live them daily. In English and in life, repeat them again with me now. Presence, eyes, listening, action, pace, control, silence. Say them aloud. Feel them in your body, in your breathing, in your heart. Because the truth is simple. You are more powerful than you think. You don't need to shout. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be real. In English, there is a phrase, the quiet power of confidence. Repeat it. This is what the world respects. This is what will carry you forward. Arjun discovered this after years of struggle, but you don't need to wait that long. You can begin today, right now, in this very moment. So let me ask you, which rule will you practice first? Which one will you try the next time you speak English? Or face your own fear? Maybe you start with presence, stand taller, shoulders relaxed, breathing calm, or maybe you start with pace, speak slower, clearer, stronger. The choice is yours. But whatever you choose, do not wait, because every day you wait, people already see you. The question is, how do you want them to see you? As invisible or unforgettable? As nervous or respected? As weak or strong? The silent rules decide, and you have the power to live them. And here is the final twist. These rules don't only change how people see you, they change how you see yourself. Confidence begins inside. When you respect yourself, the world follows. When you slow down, people listen. When you stay calm, storms cannot break you. This is the secret of silent power. Now, my friend, take a deep breath, close your eyes, imagine tomorrow, imagine walking into that classroom, that office, that cafe. You are calm, you are steady. People turn, people notice, not because of grammar, not because of shouting, but because silence, mastered, has become your language. And that language is unforgettable. So here is my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, live one silent rule each day. Practice it in English. Practice it in life. Day 1, presence before words. Day 2, eyes connect. Day 3, listen like a mirror. Day 4, actions before explanation. Day 5, pace before perfection. Day 6, control before reaction. Day 7, silence before direction. After 1 week, you will not only speak differently, you will be seen differently. Because respect is not given, it is earned. And the silent rules earn respect faster than any grammar rule or vocabulary list ever could. Remember Arjun's journey. He was not rich. He was not special. He was not perfect. But he practiced, and practice turned silence into strength. And now it is your turn. So, are you ready? Are you ready to change not only your English, but your entire life? With these silent rules? If your answer is yes, then start today. Begin with one. Begin now, because the world is already watching, and you are more powerful than you know. Thank you for staying until the end. My friend, if this story inspired you, if you learned something today, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with a friend who needs confidence. Comment below which rule you will practice first, and subscribe for more English with stories. This is Read and Learn English, where language is not just words, but life, freedom, and power. Until next time, remember, silence is not weakness. Silence is strength. And strength, lived daily, will change how the world sees you forever.